good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank y'all for stopping in. I just wondered, I know tomorrow is not a holiday, but for some reason they want to celebrate Mother's Day on this one day out of all days, right? But I'm gonna give them their flowers anyhow, because there's a lot of people that's worthy of flowers. There's a lot of things that women have done in the history of life, whether it's been recognized or it hasn't been recognized, right? So let's just get into it, right? We know that ladies, they they have biblically speaking, they would have an obligation, meaning they are the carriers of life, right? That's the thing that God had made ladies to do first and foremost, besides being a helpmate. But that's one of the major roles of being a helpmate, is that they are givers of life, right? And so because they are givers of life, that is it's a job in itself, but it's one of the greatest sacrifices that a person of any being could actually make, right? Some people say you got to be in love to have a child. We know that's the goal, but we know that things like lust, uh, 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 and a whole bunch of things could be characterized into making a child, right? But it's that woman that has the character. Some people may say responsibility, but it's a characteristic trait to me to bring forth a child. Because good morning. At the end of the day, there's some people that could say, you know what, I don't want to do this. I don't want the responsibility of being a whole leader in life. So, plan B comes into existence, you know, even though they fighting Roe versus Wade, those type of things could come into it. But for those that actually go through it and keeps a child, it's a it's a job, but like I said, it's a responsibility. It allows you to become a leader in a life of someone. You can mold a life, and no better job is that, right? You can teach a child the rights from wrongs. You are nurturers by existence, because you're the greatest thing that a woman can do is love. I truly believe that. I'll stand by that, because at the end of the day, that's one of the greatest emotions that a female exhibits. Yeah, I know that the Bible says no greater love is this, that the man, that a man lays down his life for a friend. But what about the mother that lays down her life for her child? It don't matter the sex. I'm not going into the sexuality of a child, right? The gender of the child. I'm just talking about the responsibility of the mothers, the one that gave you life, the one that has delivered you literally into the light that presents itself today. They didn't have to do it, right? They, like I said, they could have did a whole bunch of things, but now that they've done it, how much do we appreciate the mothers? How much? How many times? Like, we can't say thank you enough. See, the misfortune the misfortune for me is that I lost my mother as a teen. So I can't thank her enough. But what I can do is thank her by living the life that I am living today. I try to be a great, a great parent. I try to be all of those things. But the first place you learn from is home. And the one that was home is the mother. For the most part, I'm not discrediting dads. This is just for the moms. It's no shot at the fellas. Please don't take it that way. You start in the beginning, right? You give us a piece of you in the womb. We come out, we get a piece of you in nurturing, breast milk, the nurturing of changing us, washing us when we don't even know no better. You take the time to make sure that we're okay. You take the time to allow us to get a balance in our life, i.e., that's why we can stand. It's the woman that allows us to stand, because without the woman, we could still be crawling throughout the ends of the earth, right? We wouldn't understand that we got to get up. We would try, but we wouldn't really understand it. But it's the women that allows us to, oh baby, it's okay if you fall, get back up. It's a woman that allows us. For most men, now I'm gonna talk about the fellas, right? Fellas, if I'm correct, I think the greatest conversation we can have is with our mothers, right? Because they allow us to be vulnerable without too much judgment, because they show us that they can love us unconditionally. That's when I say unconditionally, that's where I get my unconditional love from. My mother, she loved me despite her ailments. She sacrificed herself just to show me the right ways of things in life, whether it's reading or writing or spelling my name. All of that starts at home, and she was there for that. And and most people here, most of the ladies that follow me are mothers, and they can attest to the things that I've given up. Yes, we understand that's your responsibility, but you became a role model at the same time. If you have a daughter, you have to set the example of what to do and what not to do as a lady growing up. And for the fellas, if we really want to be in a relationship, our example is our mother. The sacrifices that she do, with 9 times out of 10, that influences us to say, you know what, I want a woman just like that when I get older. I want somebody to be in my life for like that for the rest of my life. I want to build a family with this type of example for the rest of my life, right? But we have to give them their flowers, because they're the ones that they go through the 9 months, they carry. And when that mother is genuine, she's never giving up on you. You will always be her baby. It's different for fellas, right? If you're a dad, you say, you know what, I'll get over it. We're built differently. But the nurturing of a mother is unvaluable. That's the MVP. You can't measure the worth. They give their nurturing as if they have the abundance of it in their storehouse. And they pretty much do. Because when push comes to shove, and a lot of us have been through a lot of rainy days as children, they'll make $1 out of 15 cents. They'll let me tell you, there's my mom would do some things that seemed impossible. If me and my brothers couldn't go get a pair of shoes, she'd find us a pair of shoes. And there's a receipt behind it. Oh, how you did that? Oh, don't worry about it, boy. Mommy's gonna do what she can to make sure that you guys are okay. That's the great thing. that builds character into the person that I am today. Because if I don't do nothing else, I have to stand by that example that she gave me, and I try my best to do so. Right? It's easy to come up here and talk and rant and do all of those things, but now you got to put that talk into action. You have to be the example. Now we are all adults. You are correct, realist. That is another word for hero, because at the end of the day, she's the MVP. She's the one that's gonna bend over backwards just to make sure that you okay. You know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon. But in my eyes, I had a spoon to eat with. There's people that don't even have a spoon to eat with. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people are going hand over hand with their food. And it ain't, we don't have the variety. We can't choose our mothers. They chose us, right? And this is for the good ones. I don't want to, all for the mothers that are mothers, not the birth person, but the mothers, right? The sacrifices that y'all do is outstanding. You make sure that your kids will eat before you. No greater love can a person receive than that. Physically, not spiritually, but physically. I'm talking about physically right now. We understand that they do things that may seem irrational to others, but when it comes to their child, there is no rationale for them. They're gonna do whatever they can for the safety of their child, for the upkeep of their child, to put a roof over their head, etc. We owe them more than just a day. We owe them every day. Those of you that have your mom present in your days in life, value it. We only get one. And even if it wasn't the greatest of relationships, I suggest you try to rebuild it. Because at the end of the day, you only get one mother. She's the one that gave you life. We got to try to value it in her fashion. She sets the example for us. Like I said, she sets the example for me. When it's time to go out there, I want a woman like that. Most men really view it like that. I want a woman that's willing to, be even killed, be mild mannered, be a woman of love. Right now, we just have a lot of women that they're go-getters, but they're go-getters for self. With moms, there's no I in team. It's just team. You understand what I'm saying? I know Jaheim wrote a song, Put That Woman First. That's what a woman does for her child. That's what a mother does for her child. We have lost values. The world has turned our world upside down. We don't value our mothers enough. We don't appreciate them enough. This is not the one day of the year to do that, but we should do that every day because she gave us life. She educated us. Our mothers are the first teachers that we will ever see. As much as I say conscience is our first preacher, your mother is your first teacher for the most part, right? So we have to really and truly value what is in front of us. If your mom is here, don't just call her on Mother's Day. Don't just send her flowers. Don't just send her a gift. You guys got to be the gift. If you're doing what you need to do, that's all she ever wanted from you anyway. If you are successful at whatever it is that you're doing, if you're doing the best that you can, that's all a mother would ask for. This is not a one-day holiday. Realist is correct again. Mothers should be celebrated every day of their existence, especially when they're doing, well, some people may say it's not going above and beyond, but it's above and beyond. You could be 25 years old and your mama tell you, boy, if you don't get yourself over here and come get this cooking, because I know you ain't cooking. I know you ain't eating. I know you have to spending money every day. Come on home and come and eat. A mother never gives up on her child. Boy, we need that right now, some of us. The love of a mother could bring us right back to a foundation that they set a long time ago. I know the Bible says, "Teach a child in his ways, and he'll never get lost." I'm paraphrasing. I'm not doing it for verbatim, but at the end of the day, that is correct. Because the greatest love that a man can ever get is from his mother. And there's no ifs, ands, about it. Shout out to the Word because he just did an interview with his parents. But you can hear the passion of his mother explaining everything that she was saying. That's what mothers do every day. They'll set a whole day for you and ask for nothing in return but your Google Gagas. And when you get older, the smile in your face. And as you get older, the twinkle in your eye. That's priceless for them. And they ain't coming out of our pockets in all reality. But the sacrifices she's done for you just to have those things is astonishing. It's amazing. We have to understand that these ladies, these women, these creators, they are real creators, everybody. I know they need a man to do it, but they give life. We procreate, but they create the life. If you don't come out the womb, you're not living. And even if you don't come out the womb, she's still nurturing you through the umbilical cord. That's just a fact. That's why some of us, y'all may say we simping. I might be simping right now, but that's the reason why we should be loving these women. Don't take advantage of them. Appreciate them. Because God forbid if you come into a woman's life and you give life to her and you hate her, that's going to be the influence on your child because she's going to hate the child. That's why love comes through and conquers all things. If you love that child, she can love you and your shack could be a mansion. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine living in a studio apartment, but you think it's a castle? That's the love of a mother. Give them they flowers for that. They make things happen. They really do. So, I just wanted to come up here and state that because, like I said, I know there's some women now that's probably working on a Saturday and their kids is out of school and they want to be with their kids. But because they have to make ends meet, they're doing what they need to do. They are sacrificing their day to make sure that their kids are okay. That is the greatest love of all. I'm not trying to be Whitney Houston. But only a woman can do that. Only the nurturing of a woman can understand how truly sacrificial that is. We can envision it as a dude because we go out there and work hard and do all of the things daily to provide for our children, but they're doing it strictly out of love. Their motivation is love. We doing it to be providers, protectors, and so on and so forth. But a woman has to do that. She's doing it strictly out of love because she understands the love. The emotional love is not going to feed their kids all the time, right? They'll go out there and sacrifice that day of self to make sure that their kids got something to eat, to make sure that they got clothes on their back, a roof over their head, lights in their home, TVs to watch, things of that nature. That is a sacrifice that only a mother can make. And even if she got the husband in her life and all she got to do is stay at home, she does it with so much pride, so much joy. Thank you, Nirvana. Welcome in. It's just amazing how much a woman does just for love. It may sound weak and it may sound corny, but the greatest thing that they can give us is love. And they show it in so many different examples, so many different ways. And a lot of us has taken it for granted. But the fact of the matter is, Mother's Day is not just a single day. A mother's job is never, they like the police. They got to be on duty 24 hours and 7 days a week. When your nose is running, it's always mama coming through. When you coughing and you can't stop, it's always mama coming. When you just down in the doldrums, it's your mother sitting at the foot of your bed to talk to you. That's why I said earlier, a man's greatest conversation is with his mother. It's always going to be the mother. And it allows you, if you get married or when you get married, to have that conversation with your wife. Not that she's your mother, but you know she has that motherly instinct. Otherwise, you wouldn't have married her unless y'all just arranging just to be. Diane, good morning. Just an arrangement to be together. You know what I mean? It's just awesome that they take the time and be in their nature being and giving this to each and every one of us that are here, whether it's a male or female. Thank you, Nirvana. Yeah, I'll get it right. It's just the things that they do to for any of us, whether it's men or women. You know, that's why some of us, we need to pamper our mothers because they work goddamn hard for us to get to where we are. Your mother and the mother and child relationship is the very first relationship that you'll get into. And if you don't treat that right, shit rolls downstream. So any relationship that follows that won't be good because you didn't treat that first relationship right, which is our mothers, especially for the fellas. If we didn't love our mother, how we gonna love that woman that's coming for us or that woman that is for us? We wouldn't even know what she looked like because we didn't love the first woman that was given to us in our lives in the first place. So we, as fellas, we got to be more attentive to what we're observing in these women. I get it, and I see it as well. There is a lot of women that are out of pocket, out of line, so on and so forth. But there are some that are available. And if the numbers are correct, and we outnumber the women 11-1, right? Or they outnumber us 11-1, we got to pick. Our picking should be the example of our mothers in the first place. We just can't be looking at her because she got the Coke bottle, the Coke shape bottle, the Coke bottle shape, or anything of that nature. Our preferences should be inside. What is her internally beauty is about? Is she going to be nurturing? If you down and out and you living with your girl, is she gonna pick you up? If you have to go through a surgery, is she gonna be there to make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do? If you need to just go for a walk, will she walk with you? Will she be that ear to let you vent about that annoying ass 9 to 5 that we have to take because we're just trying to make ends meet? Those are the things that mothers instill in other women, but it also is the key to our longevity in life with a woman. We have to understand, mothers have a lot of things on their plate, and we should not be adding on to it with our nonsense. We should not be adding on to it with our chaos and mayhem. We should just be making it very simple for her, right? And it should be something that she can digest, because everything that she gave us was digestible. Even when we didn't like the beets, baby, eat the beets. They're good for you. She tried to teach you a long time ago. Not everything that don't look good is good for you. Hard work is good for you. Knowing thyself is good for you. Giving unto other people, sacrificing yourself, even though it ain't looking good, is good for you because it'll make you a better person. That's why we love our mothers, because they make the sacrifices in order for us to be a better us. Nirvana says, I have one son and he's 26 years old, and I'll do anything for him till the end of his life, regardless of his age. And because of the type of mother I am, he would do the same for me. And that is a beautiful gesture. That is something that all of us will need. Like, for example, we always, like when we lose our parents, right? Whether we're especially of old age, the first thing we do is we go back into the memory banks, right? They say memories ain't nothing but an emotion that has happened in your life. So when the mom dies, the first thing you're going to do is remember all the good memories. And that memory is a happy emotion in your life because, mommy, you didn't have to sacrifice that for me. Mommy, you didn't have to trade your car in just in order for us to have a better home. You didn't have to, put your favorite thing away just so we can have spaghetti and meatballs or whatever meal it is. You sacrifice a lot for us. That's why, like I said earlier, I know the Bible says no greater life than this is when a man lays down his life, but a mother lays down her life every single day. It's not because it's her job. It's because that's her nature. That is a woman's nature. And if you don't have that touch with nature, you need to examine yourself, because I'm pretty sure, for the most part, that your mother did. Like I told you, man, listen, even on my mother's deathbed, my mother made sure, listen, I don't care if I can't get up out this bed. I need you to make sure that you are doing well. I need you to make sure that you are eating. The food is you already have the food. Go in there and eat some food. Make sure that you're okay. Don't sit here and cry with me. And that's another thing that a mother, you can see your mother's pain and she'll tell you, I'm okay. It'll be a bold-faced lie, but the fact that she don't want you to see her in any pain is a beautiful thing. Now, here's the sensitive part. We know that there are men that, some of us come from a broken home, and some of us have seen when a mother has been hurt emotionally because they couldn't get an assist from the dad, or the dad ain't around, or whatever you want. We can see the emotion. You can see the pain on her face, but she'll come right back to you, say, baby, I love you. Go ahead and go play the game. Let's go play the game, or let's go do some homework, or let's go do something, just to show you that she's not in pain and that you are still important in her life. Man, that's a great love. You can't beat that type of love. You can't beat that given physically, right? Because at the end of the day, we understand she's putting her child first. She's putting you ahead of her well-being. Like I said, I don't have that experience that some of you have. Some of you have 25, 30, whatever your age is, and some of you, your moms are still alive. Like my mom was not here when I had my first child. And as selfish as I was thinking, I said I would never want to have a child because they won't have a grandmother like I had my mother. You understand what I'm saying? That was selfish of me, and I can admit that. But I know I cannot love my kids the way that she could love me, or she did love me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, God bless the kid's mother, because they still, they're alive, and they're doing the things that they need to do, and they're nurturing, they're doing all of those things, and hopefully they can understand what I'm saying to you guys. But I can't do it. Only the nurturing love of a mother can do things that it's unexplainable. Sometimes you can think a love of a mother is so healing that it'll wipe your sicknesses away. And it's unexplainable. Like I said, you could be sitting there coughing your brains out in the bed. If your mama give you Vicks, she's gonna give you some soup. She's gonna sit there till you go to sleep. Mama, don't leave me. Baby, I'm right here. I won't move a muscle. You just rest. Talk to you about something. I don't know. I don't know if everybody got singing. Like my mama's not a singer, but she would surely sit there until I was going to sleep and make sure that I'm asleep. And I could wake up. Mom, where you go? Oh no, you here? Okay, thank you. But even then, she'll sit there just until you're comfortable enough to get that good rest. Because some of us will jump up out of our sleep if we're still start coughing, and you look, you jump up, and your mama probably still sitting right there. No greater love is that. I don't care how you put it. We can love everybody in the world, but your mama gonna love. If you get love like that, you are blessed. If you have that right now, some of us is in our 30s and can turn right now, mama, I need baby boy, come on home. You ain't got a place to stay, bring your ass on home. It may be stern, but you understand there's love behind the sternness, right? Especially for a single mama. That love could be stern, but you know it's there. I don't care how many times you suck your teeth and how many times she tell you suck your teeth again, you're gonna be sipping soup. You understand that that's not a punishment. That's just a loving thing right there. It don't make sense to the world, but guess what? It don't gotta make sense to the world. It makes sense to you and your mama. Yeah, my mama biscuits. Right. Right. And that's what I'm saying. You always gonna be your mama's baby. You always gonna be your mother's baby. Nirvana said already, he's 26 and he's still gonna be my baby. If I'm 96 and he's 66, that's still her baby. That's what a woman does into the life of every person that they interact with, but more importantly, to their children. No, you can't be a shitty mom and think you will be respected, because that's not who respects. Now let's just be real, right? Who respects bullshit? If you respect bullshit, you're a bullshit ass person. That's just being real with it, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, I know I have many people, many people that subscribe to me, their mothers. They can testify on their own how much they love their kid. They can testify on their own how much their mothers have played a role in their lives. Realist, I ain't gonna leave you out. You can speak about yours if that's what you know what I mean. You can do that, but y'all know what I'm saying is not a lie. Anti, good morning. The fact that moms are doing things that to the world seems unreasonable, but to that child, it brings a joy, it brings a happiness that can never be that could never be explained or taken away from them as they grow up. You understand? That's what mothers do. That's not a one-day thing. That's an everyday thing. So why the hell are we celebrating it just this one day? You know what I mean? It's just sad that we have that. The way that the world is crappy. We got to be better for ourselves. We got to be better because our moms will want us to be better. You know? And like I said, no greater, good morning, cuz, no greater love is that a mom will give her all just for her child. Where you getting that from? And that love that she's giving you, it has to be transferred into somebody else. They are the gifts that keep on giving, is your mother. Without the love of a mother, a man don't know how to love a woman. Without the love of a mother, a woman don't know how to nurture. And without both, a family cannot exist. That's just keeping it real. And I'm not even talking about the marriage part. I'm just talking about a dad and a mom, or a man and a female. Because guess what? If we all grown up, we all gonna have a child sooner or later, for the most part. Now, damn, how would mommy want me to love this child? right? Some men even get to the point where they would love their mother so much they could sit back and watch her do somebody hair, and then when they become a dad, if they got a daughter, they know how to do hair. That's just the observation of love that they have for their mother, but they got it from their mother. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the gift that keeps on giving. So we are not here to just give them a one-day validation. They deserve to be validated every day. Their tickets need to be punched every day. Ma, you know what? You got me through all these years of school, and I thank you. Ma, you didn't follow the normal things in life and put me out at 18 years old. You allowed me to develop, get myself together, and become a better person going out into the world. You understood that I wasn't ready because you loved me enough to see it. Your love wasn't blinded, and he's not ready for the world, or she's not ready for the world. Mom, you was real honest with the pickings of the mate that I was with at the particular time. Maybe he's not good enough for you. Boy, she don't even like you like that. But I'm going to let you make that decision. Go ahead. You need me. My arms are always open to you. That's what a mother does. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us has experienced that. So we think I'm thanking the moms. I'm thanking the moms for producing all of the people that are listening right now on the live, catching a replay, or whatever. Because whether we understand it or not, 9 times out of 10, a mother love has influenced the lives of all of us, period. Mama, I appreciate the time you jumped in with the golf club when the boys was that. Huh? Realist. Listen, my mama was 4'11". I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. My mama was 4'11". And I ain't never seen a 4'11" woman get in nobody's face in my life until I seen my mama. Yo, excuse me, you just pushed my son. You ain't gonna say excuse me? So she took her glass, hold my glasses. I said, Mom, what are you doing? She said, stay back, boy, mind your business. She got in the man's face like, you not gonna apologize to my son? And he's like, he said what he said. Now we ain't going nowhere until you apologize to my son. I said, she apologized with her mom. What was that for? Sometimes in life, son, you gotta understand respect. You gotta get it. You gotta get it how you get it. Some people give it to you, and some people you gotta earn it. I had to make sure that he understand. He had to respect that you a person. He can't just walk by you and bump you and not say excuse me. Those little lessons is what allow us to go forward into today's society. People ain't gonna like the choices that we made, right? But mama's gonna love you in spite of it. That's why, we had a conversation a long time ago, and we was talking about love being conditional or unconditional. I don't care what nobody says. Mama's love is unconditional. You could turn out to be a boy with one arm. You could have been a child that has special needs. Your mama will love the hell out of you, if not even more, because of those predicaments alone. That's not a one-day validation. That's an everyday thing. You understand what I'm saying? And like I told you, unfortunately, I was not able to give her the gift of grandchildren left before my time, before her time. So all I can do is forward the love that she gave me, in the masculine form, but forward the love that she gave me. I may not be able to nurture like a woman can, but you women do it all the time. And you got it from your mothers. Period. That's the feminine energy that we always talk about. Mama always had it. She might became masculine when it came to those kids to protect them and so on and so forth. But for the most part, she was gentle. She was warm. She was compassionate, and she was passionate about the things that she was doing. It brought her joy to see that her children were doing the things that they needed to do as they was growing up. It was mama that put the tooth under the pillow. Mama was the tooth fairy. Some of us, mama was Santa Claus. Santa Claus is a man. The hell, not in my house. Not in my house. She was Santa Claus. She ain't coming down the chimney. Boy, if you come out that room, I'm going to punch you in your face. Mind you already go somewhere. That's how Santa Claus was broken to me. I peeped. All right, Mom, sorry. But it was her generosity, her understanding of trying to bring joy into the life of her children, her sons, is what mothers do for the most part. They try to bring a joy that they never experienced. Moms are always going to do something that they couldn't experience. They try to be better mothers than mothers before them. It wasn't because of it's just a thing with them. It's just a thing with mothers. So value your mothers. I'm just really, you know what I mean? Look, mama ain't even telling me we ain't had no chimney. New York, I lived in New York City. We ain't had no damn chimney. Santa came down the chimney. What chimney we got? Nah. Mama said, listen, it's there. Open the gift. Know that you got it because you done the right things in life. Know that you got it because you are loved and want to be seen as a happy child. Those are the sacrifices that moms do every day of life. Anti, right? Anti told the story the other day how she's so proud of her son because he's doing the things that that makes him happy. She allowed it to happen. She could have said, nah, you ain't doing none of that. I don't think that's the right way. She understood that her son was happy and she allowed it to prosper into the gift that she feels that he is today. That's a blessing. That's the love that only a mother could provide for a child. I know Intrinsic got a story for, about the things that she do. I understand Nirvana probably got something, she already explained herself. And that's what I'm trying to explain to everybody else. That a mother love, it can't be taken for granted. Love your mothers if she's still here today. Because I promise you, I ain't had my mama in 30 years. 30 plus years. And I miss every second of her nurturing. Mama, I think I spoke to this boy right. What did you say? I want to have those conversations with her. This is why I say the greatest conversation you could possibly have for a man is with his mother, because she's going to steer you right, but she's going to steer you right with love. It may be the same with women, but I can't speak because I'm not a woman. I don't know what a mother-daughter dynamic is. I know what a mother-son dynamic is. They say, daddy's little girl, mama's boy. Maybe I was a mama's boy. Maybe she loved me too much for me, not to experience that mama's boy mentality. But that felt great. That felt awesome to receive the love of my mama. She was awesome. With the little bit of time that I got, 13 years ain't enough, 14 years, 15 years ain't enough, 16. You need all the years that you can get with your mama. And we ain't even talking about the years that we can't remember. From infancy to like 2 or 3. I'm just talking about the things that, let's go to see the Christmas tree, or let's go to the park. Mama was pushing me in the swing. Mama was there when I was laughing all in the swing. Mama's trying to push me to get to my highest self and say, baby, you can be as high as you swinging right now in life if you do the things that you're supposed to do. Those are the lessons that will never escape my life. Never. Knocking on wood. But even if you do get those mental ailments, wishing that on nobody, dementia, Alzheimer's, you're always gonna remember your mama. Ain't that crazy? You're gonna remember the one or two people that's in your life. For me, it's gonna be my mama. You can't that memory of her may never escape us until we stop breathing, until our physical body goes home and our spirit goes wherever it's gonna go in our soul. But we'll never forget those things. I remember when mama, mama tied my shoes and she gave me that look, and I was happy for the rest of the day. Those are the things, those insignificant things is what mothers bring to our lives every day. Value your mothers. Appreciate the things that she do. Right? She is the sacrifice that she is the one. I don't think a mother could ever be replaced. Your father could marry somebody and they may act like your mother, but there's only one mother. And like I said, this is not to shoot down the fellas, but it's just strictly mama. This is a mama conversation. Value your mama. My 33 brother, what up though? You know, I was just talking about you, word, and I was just, shouting you out because when you had that live with the family and your mama was so passionate about the things that she brought you through and how she's still present to this day, even though you married. She's like I just told everybody, you still gonna be baby boy. Now she knows you got your wife, but you always gonna be her baby boy, and that's something that men could never get away from. That's crazy how much the love of a mother plays in a man's life. Without that love, without that love, you can attest to this. Without the love of your mama, you could pretty much say, I don't think you would be married. Even if you escaped the ways that your mother taught you. You came home and now you married and now you understand why that love was a necessity. These are the things that these are the things that, the hell with flowers. The flower to a mother is just her knowing and her hearing you say, I love you. It's a reason why I could tell females and some males I love them. Not because that's what she gave me. She gave me the strength to say that and not no crazy nonsense. And it was felt. Mama, I know you love me. She could just look at you and you'll melt. When you did wrong, she could look at you and you could be chastised just by looking at that. And then she'll come and hug you after that look. Damn, I miss them days. But all we can do now, like I said, is live through the memory. And like I told y'all earlier, memory is nothing but an emotion that was given to you in your past, whether it's good or bad. But all my memories of my mom is good. Even after knowing that she was dying, she still did everything possible to try to put a smile on my face, even if I was crying because she couldn't get out the bed. Fix your face. Bronze, good morning. You know damn well I don't want to see you looking like that. Fake the smile if you got to, or leave. I don't want to leave. Well, you better do what you got to do. All mothers want the best for their children. That's not, for me, that's not even a dispute. All mothers, not people that give birth in mothers. Just like that stupid rule with dads and fathers and mom is mom. All mothers, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do whatever they can to make sure that you were okay and that you are okay and anything possible for you going forward to be okay. That is the gift that a mother gives to each and every one of us. And at the end of the day, they need validate. They need our love. And at their end days, that's why we'll do whatever. We'll move our whole entire family just to make sure mama's okay. Dads too, but right, like I said, right now, this is about moms. You understand? I know in my family, all my great grandmother, she just, yesterday was her death day. She died about 36 years ago. But what we do know about that is all of her children, except for one, stayed in a vicinity, maybe of a half a mile from their mother. Married all, they all stayed in the same vicinity. If mom was to make the call, they come through. Listen, the one child that moved out of town, she calling the rest of the, listen, your brother's coming. All right, mom, we'll be there. What time we gotta be there? Yo, listen, clear your calendars. We're going to grandma's house. We're going to great grandma's house. Mom is all the bonds to all relationships and all families. There's no discussion behind that. Because it's their love that brings everybody together. It's their love of your kids, her nieces and nephews, her grandkids, whoever. It's always a woman's love that always brings things into balance. Love can be balancing. And if you didn't learn that from your mama, that's why we are where we are today. You know, I just want you guys to understand how great moms are. And for those of you that have them, that are still present, word, I already know where you at with yours, because like I said, they came on your live. How many people bringing their mama on their live? And how many of them is with? She's like, listen, for those of y'all that don't understand, y'all find that live. If y'all not subscribed to Word, yo, hit them up. Y'all just sit there and listen to that conversation with his parents. His dad, like, y'all gotta teach me how to do this. And she like, all you gotta do is read it. But I'm gonna teach you. I got you. That's a wife telling the husband and the son in the background, like, yo, that's dope. 30 years into marriage, or however many years they're married, they still can be that playful, that joyful, and she could still give that joy to her son and be a part of his life. You can't trade that gift in for the world. For most men, if you could do anything, you trade that life for your mom. I want mom to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that will be the end of that. Because at the end of the day, her love is valuable, her love is precious. And just because of that, she's doing more than what she's being given. Love on your moms, man. Not just today, but every day. The sacrifices she makes is well worth it, because you are the examples of her love, and more than likely, you are giving it to your kids. That is the gift that keeps on giving. So with that being said, y'all, man, my mom is everything for me. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for my mom, bro. Her love is and that's all I'm saying, man. The fact you have the love of your mother, I don't think people understand that that's what it brings. That's what she brings into our lives. That's just something that can't be replaced. You really got to truly understand how valuable that thing is. You know, like even when Realist said this, like some people may have laughed about it, but that just showed Realist how much she was willing to go above and beyond the situation. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that we need. And for Intrinsic to say that, and that's just genuine. Like you can't beat that. You understand what I'm saying? These are testimonies from women in their situations, and Word with his situation with his mother. I don't gotta speak no more. I'm gonna just let y'all read it. Because at the end of the day, that is the greatest gift that anybody can give to anyone, is the love of their mother, the love from a mother, rather. You know, and that's just the greatest thing in the world. So while the world wants us to celebrate Mother's Day, all right, we'll do it, but we need to do it more than just this one day. But with that being said, y'all, I truly appreciate y'all just coming up. You know, coming through. It wasn't, I just wanted to salute the moms because at the end of the day, they're a blessing. And like I said, if you have them, just love on them. Just love them. Thank them for all that they have done. Thank them for what they are continuing to do, and be thankful for the things that they're getting ready to do in your lives. I'm out, y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Happy Mother's Day to all those in the chat. Intrinsic, Nirvana, Anti, Diane. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all get ready to receive all the love that y'all supposed to get. And with that, I'm out.